Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here with another quick take video of the Redmi K20 Pro. So I'm 48 hours into using this device, and guys, all I can tell you is that it just keeps getting better and better. I've been using this phone now for the last 2 days, and I've been taking photos with it. I've been carrying it around. I finally got to charge it, and so this video today is what I like to call, if you guys haven't been familiar with my channel recently, my Epic FAQs video on the Redmi K20 Pro. So just kind of gonna answer here a number of questions that I've been getting in the comments section, and then we're gonna do the classic quick question round, which you'll see how that works at the end. So let's get started. So question number one, how much did you pay for this phone and where did you get it? So for any of you guys not familiar with my channel, I'm based out of Hong Kong, and so I basically get my phones at an area of Hong Kong called Mong Kok, and I have some really good connections there. Shout out to Lam Po, man. He's my guy, and he's able to get these phones for me in pretty quick succession from when they're released in China. I was able to get this phone for just under, like I said, 4,000 Hong Kong dollars. This is the 8GB 256 gig variant. But just so you guys know, the variant that I think was priced below that is, I think, the most attractive price point of this phone. At 2,599 yuan, you're talking about a phone that gives you 8GB, 128 gigs of storage, and I think that's the sweet spot for most people. That is 376 US dollars. So if you can get your hands on that unit, I think this one's a little bit overkill with the storage. I like it, obviously, but I think that would be the perfect price point to get it at. Check T-Mobile, guys, if you are out of Hong Kong to be able to purchase this phone, because they have great deals and they show you the most readily available and best deals of the day for this phone. If not, though, if you are in Hong Kong, definitely drop me a private message and I'll see what I can do to get you in touch with my connects, so hopefully you can get this phone as well. All right, let's do question number two. Tell me about the pop-up camera. One, tell me how good is it, and also tell me, does it have drop protection? So let's have a look at this pop-up camera in greater detail. And we flip around, and there's Frankie Tech again. My hair is really wild today. And this is the coolest part about this, guys. I think this pop-up camera is probably the most special pop-up camera I've seen on a phone, just because of the way it lights up. Whoever thought of that idea, you killed two birds with one stone, because guess what? This also subs, did you see that little ring there, as a notification LED at the top of the phone. And, you know, in terms of quality, I think it's been really great. It is a 20 megapixel sensor, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it does a solid job as a selfie camera. It's an f2.2 aperture, but let's answer this question now. Does it have the same drop protection as what we've seen on the Realme X or the OnePlus 7 Pro? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Let's try that again, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Boom. So it goes down pretty quick. And let's see, I'm going to try it at a different angle here to see if it actually, just dropping from here to the table, does it close? 1, 2, 3. There you go. So even a slight drop will make the selfie camera go inside. And I think that's a great feature. Honestly, it's amazing that all of these OEMs are doing that now, and Xiaomi is no different. So let's go to the next question. How long does this phone take to charge? Well, I have some good news, guys, because Frankie Tech earlier today was finally able to kill this phone off after a day and a half of use, and I finally was able to get a charge test. So have a look at the results here of my charge test with the 27 watt fast charger of the Redmi K20 Pro. Thanks, Frankie Tech. So you see the results, I think were really good considering the size of this battery, which is 4,000 milliamperes. It's definitely one of the fastest charging times I've seen. Very close actually to the OnePlus 7 Pro. So really impressive result here for the K20 Pro. Next question. Is this the Mi 9T? And so I think this is the major question a lot of you guys have been wondering about because, you know, clearly this device, it came out just recently in China, and yet they haven't announced a global version of this K20 Pro. But now Xiaomi is starting to drop these little hints. I'm sure you've seen them in their tweets and in their recent marketing about a supposed Mi 9T that's going to have a pop-up selfie camera. And what it's essentially going to be is a rebadged or rebranded K20 Pro. Now, in terms of the bands, because Hong Kong generally uses very similar bands to ones in China, or at least the first few. And the bands of this phone, I'll just repeat them right now, are bands 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 34, 38, 39, 40, and 41. And so that essentially means, because in Hong Kong we use bands 3, 7 quite a bit, I think also band 5, it is completely worthwhile. It's a non-issue to pick this up and use this in Hong Kong. And in fact, I put it through a SIM card in here, and call quality has been good. Person said I sounded clear on the other end, and just overall kind of using the phone aspects of this have been fine. But I know that for a lot of you guys, that is a major concern picking up this phone. That's why I think that this actually is the Mi 9T. It's just the China version of the phone. And I really hope they keep some of this, some of this actual design aesthetic, but they may also redo the backs on the Mi 9T. So we'll see what happens. But my kind of hunch is that this is the Mi 9T already in my hand. And the variant, if there is any variance between the Mi 9T and this Redmi K20 Pro, it's going to be slight. My real concern is that it's going to be based on price. That Mi 9T, considering it's a Xiaomi phone, is going to be a lot more expensive than this Redmi K20 Pro. Next question. Frankie Tech, you shared some photo samples, but you haven't shared any video samples. Well, once again today, I went out and took some of these shots. So check out these video samples, and we'll come right back. This is rear-facing video on the Redmi K20 Pro. Very nice day here in Hong Kong. A little bit of traffic over there. Hear some hissing, but I think it's from someone's radio. But beautiful day, beautiful weekend here. Before I head out to the States, hit me up in the comments. What do you think of this video? And this is front-facing video on the Redmi K20 Pro. And you definitely have to kind of crank your neck a little bit this way because of the pop-up camera. But it looks pretty good. Maxes out though at full HD. You guys wanted loud noises. You got a bunch of kids running around here. But it looks pretty good. Hit me up in the comments. What do you think? Alright, so you saw the video samples there, and I think it did a solid job. Honestly, the fact that this can shoot 4K 60 frames per second out of the box, and the selfie camera image, I think was pretty good. The mics, they kind of remind me of the ones on the Mi 9, so not like too bad, and I think they'll only improve with software updates. So, the software update that I actually just got, and I'll quickly mention this, I got one earlier today, and so I'm now running 10.3.6 of MIUI 10, and that update came just recently. So I think, well, I actually did that update before I took those video samples, so I think that's already helped, and hopefully will help with camera quality as well. Next question. How is headphone Bluetooth performance? How is the audio experience of this phone beyond just the single bottom firing speaker that I talked about the other day? Well, so just got to be completely honest with you guys, I haven't used the 3.5mm headphone jack too much. I just plugged in some headphones and listened to a little bit of music, and they sounded fine. They sounded similar to anything you would get probably like on the Redmi Note 7 or on kind of any of their more previous phones that had headphone jacks. I think they're kind of moving away from that. But what I have done actually is used the Bluetooth experience on this phone quite a bit, and I have right here my Xiaomi Mi AirDots Pro, and they're actually synced now to the K20 Pro. So now I did get some replacement comply tips for these AirDots Pro, and they're working really great. And I got to tell you, the quality so far from Bluetooth has been solid with these Bluetooth headphones. Now, the main ones that I use in terms of just day-to-day use are my AirPods, and I also have synced those previously to the K20 Pro. They didn't connect as well, I think. I think this solution, obviously, because it is proprietary to Xiaomi, is a great option to consider. So if you're in the market for these are pretty cheap. I got these in Hong Kong for around 450 Hong Kong dollars, which is close to like 60 US bucks. If you can find these somewhere on eBay or on Amazon or somewhere else, definitely pick up a pair because they work really well here with this K20 Pro. And audio quality has been great through Bluetooth, which it obviously does have Bluetooth 5.0 included as well. All right, and here we go with the quick question round. And for any of you guys who've never seen this one before, I'm basically going to go down a quick list of yes and no questions, just quickly talk about each of the responses. So let's get started. Wireless charging. And nope, no wireless charging on the K20 Pro. I've actually tried already. It's unfortunate, but you know what? I think that is the one place where maybe where the Mi 9 does have a bit of an advantage. And you know, that is, I guess, the one negative you could consider about the battery experience on this phone. Notification LED. Ding, ding, ding. Yes. And it's on the top of the phone. And the best way I can just quickly show this to you guys is just by plugging in the phone. And this is plugged into power now. And there you can see it. That's right. So this is showing you that it is charging. And it's a little bit subtle. Now, I know some of you guys would like to have it kind of in the visibility of the screen. But look, I'll take this over no notification LED whatsoever. Always on display. Yes. Always on display, guys. And I just set it up. So you can see here now, the always on display feature of the K20 Pro works very similarly to the one on the Xiaomi Mi 9. And just to quickly show you where it is in settings, here's ambient display, and I can click in and actually select whichever really awesome looking design I want. And turn off the phone now. Let's have a look. There he is. So yes, always on display. We got that. Face unlock. And nope, sorry guys, no face unlock, at least on this Chinese variant of the phone. And one thing I've noticed actually is that Xiaomi does typically not include it for the China variants. Now, it's kind of strange that being the case, but it only has managed fingerprints here. I wouldn't be surprised when the Mi 9 comes out, the Mi 9T, that it will have face unlock included. Dual speakers. And nope, no dual speakers. And I actually have really made an effort to try to listen to see if there was any sound coming out of this earpiece. Even if it was coming out a little bit, it doesn't, I think, justify what would be considered a dual speaker. But this bottom firing speaker is very loud, and it's done a pretty decent job so far. Gorilla Glass. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, Gorilla Glass is included. It is version 5. And yes, the back is made of glass as well. You can just tell these things. It is a nice, solid feel. And this is definitely metal, guys. This is metal. Why do I know this? Because when the air is at full blast here, this feels nice and cool to the touch. It's got that really solid feel in the hand. And so, yes, metal on the edges, glass sandwich, front and back. FM radio. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, it is included right here. FM radio. Now, clearly, you're gonna need to put some headphones in, and that's how these things work. And I don't have headphones set up right now. But yes, FM radio is included to any of you guys who are still using that feature. IR blaster. And no IR blaster that I can see. And I have definitely looked around for one, but you can have a look with me here. That's the mic. That's the 3.5mm headphone jack. The pop-up camera. There's no IR blaster on this device. IP rating, water resistance. And nope. Not at all, but it does have similar sealing as the Mi 9, even the Redmi Note 7. You know, it seems like a pretty, I guess, now usual thing for a lot of these China OEMs, OnePlus included, to not get the IP ratings to kind of keep the cost down of their phones. And yet I can show you right here. Let's take the SIM ejector tool. And I do have a SIM card in here, so just want to make sure I don't take it out. There, you can see it. So I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a slight little rubberized edge. It's kind of black. Can you see it right there? So that is a gasket around here, and it's a seal for water resistance. So I don't know how water resistant this phone is, but it definitely has that seal, and that is a welcome sight on this K20 Pro. NFC. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, NFC is included. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to set that up again there, but let me show you guys. NFC is available, and that is a major win for this phone. That means I can use Google Pay here in Hong Kong, and I have it set up on some of my other phones. Great to see that I can have it set up now on the K20 Pro. OIS on the main camera or on any camera. And from what I've seen, guys, at least from what I've read so far, there's no OIS on this device. I will need to double check that. But so far, I think that is the one difference between this camera and maybe some of the more expensive phones, that OIS is not included. It definitely wouldn't be included in the telephoto or in the wide angle cameras. And the other thing I wanted to point out, yes, these sensors are actually a little bit different than the ones on the Mi 9. These are f2.4 aperture sensors, and they are actually from OmniVision. They're actually not Sony or Samsung sensors. So that is a bit of a downgrade there. And I think, you know, for any of you guys who are probably trying to compare this versus the Mi 9 in terms of camera quality, this is running the OmniVision OV8856, the 8 megapixel f2.4 shooter. So that would be, I guess, considered a downgrade compared to the ones on kind of more expensive phones. And that is it for the quick question round. Thanks for watching. Okay, and last but not least, one last question as we do to wrap up is, how does this feel versus the Mi 9? And this is going to be a really good segue to my upcoming video, guys, because I've been working on it. I've been out there making the moves. That's going to be my comparison between the Xiaomi Mi 9, the K20 Pro, and the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, one thing I do want to mention, because you guys have been asking about it, how does it feel in the hand versus the Mi 9? Well, I can tell you already, the Mi 9 just feels a bit better in the hand, only because of its slightly more kind of, I guess, thinner profile. You can definitely tell there that they are, it's quite a bit thicker. And this curve on the Mi 9, I think like a little bit more than the one on the K20 Pro. But what are you getting on the K20 Pro that you're not getting on the Mi 9? Well, you're getting a bigger battery, for sure. And you're getting a whole bezel-less experience with a pop-up camera. That adds to the thickness of the phone. It also adds to the weight of the phone. But honestly, I think any of you guys who have picked up the Mi 9, don't feel bad. It's still an amazingly beautiful phone, as you can see here. And I think it's still one of the most beautiful phones that's come out this year. For the price, it's doing great. But this K20 Pro is something else as well. And let's not forget our OnePlus 7 here, which is definitely the heftiest of these phones. And I mean, these two are definitely closer in weight, but the OnePlus 7 Pro has it beat. It's like well over 205 grams. So you can see it. I'll go this angle here. You can see they are definitely some big phones, these guys. But the OnePlus 7 Pro is even bigger. But stay tuned for that epic comparison coming soon. And I'm getting the camera samples all set up for that. And that's it for this quick take number 3 video, my 48-hour review of the K20 Pro and my Epic FAQs. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Giveaway live streams tonight, guys. And once again, thank you so much for helping me get to 70,000 subscribers. It's been an amazing last couple days. I got to thank this Redmi K20 Pro. It has brought a lot of new people to the channel. It's created a lot of buzz, and it's a really welcome, I think a very exciting way to kind of wrap up this part of this kind of celebration of 1 year of Frankie Tech with this phone. Thanks for watching, guys, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.